Hi everybody, welcome to Oxford News This Week. I'm Terry Stiles with my co-host Jim Hughes again this week.
Oh yes,
regular.
Oh yes, we're doing it regular. We're here every week for you, bringing you the news. What's going on, Terry, in the news today?
So this week, the Public Library Board is reliant on write-ins, and the courtyard has been created downtown district, and the county is targeted by anti-Semitic sentiments. All that and more. The Oxford News begins right now. All 8 candidates running for the 6 available seats on the Oxford Township Public Library Board must run as write-in candidates. The Library Board is a 4-year term voted on in the November 5th general election. A filing error led to all the candidates being disqualified. The rule in question is one that impacts all of Oakland County. According to the Director of Elections for the Oakland County, Joe Roselle, if the number of people running for the board is more than twice the number of open seats on the board, the county is required to put those candidates on the primary. If less than that file, the issue gets pushed to the general election in November. Library board candidates were supposed to check the box for the August 6th primary election, despite there only being 8 candidates. Roselle said that in 2021, the law governing filing was amended, and if candidates do not fill out that affidavit of identity correctly, they cannot appear on the ballot. None of the candidates were aware of that law, as in the past, the library board elections have always been in November because not enough candidates have filed to trigger the special primary circumstances. All the library board candidates in Holly and Brandon townships, as well as some in Orion Oakland Township, face the same situation as those on the Oxford Library Board. All 6 members currently on the board are running for re-election. To learn more about them, visit miopl.org. The 2 challengers are Paul Gerard Burnett and Ronald Lee Nelson. Jim?
Oxford's Downtown Development Authority recently celebrated the grand opening of its latest public space called the Courtyard, the new space for people to gather, enjoy, located behind Victoria's Bistro and Cocktail Bar on 12 South Washington Street. The Courtyard features several seating areas, a fire pit table, a countertop bar, and to enjoy drinks outside, plants and flowers, and more. The DDA Executive Director Kelly Westbrook said the DDA was able to apply for grant through the T-Mobile's $25 million Hometown Grant Program. The program provides up to $50,000 to 500 rural towns that foster connections like technology, upgrades, outdoor spaces, and the arts in the community. Members of the DDA secured the $50,000 grant, which was also matched by another $50,000 grant from Consumers Energy. T-Mobile, the representative Jeff Nielsen, said the project in Oxford is exactly what the company is seeking out through their program. The space was also supported by private investment dollars from the investor Les Thomas. During the grand opening celebration, the words of those involved to the project were exchanged over food, drinks from Victoria's Bistro and Cocktail Bar, and a frozen custard from the Summer Sundays. Get out, enjoy some of the time Oxford outdoors before that winter falls upon us. Terry.
There's a new first responder in town. Meet Chris Wolf, Oxford's newest full-time firefighter and paramedic. Wolf was welcomed by the Township Board, officially sworn in by Fire Chief Matthew Majestic last week. Wolf grew up in Shelby Township and graduated from Eisenhower High School. He originally wanted to be a doctor, but his life took a different route when he started raising a family. After spending about 15 years working on construction, Wolf then put his heart back into his pursuit and interest in medicine through the fire service. Wolf became a paid on-call member of the Metamora Township Fire Department in January of last year, and then in August of 2023, he joined Oxford's Fire Department as a part-time member. He went from EMT to paramedic in early September, and he has now taken this new step in his first responder journey to join the Oxford Fire Department full-time. Wolf says the variety that riding on a fire truck and ambulances offers keeps him excited about his career. When he's not working, Wolf enjoys spending time with his wife of 12 years, a nurse practitioner, Jacqueline Wolf, and their 4 young children, Cecilia, Dean, Clark, and Grant. Congratulations, firefighter Wolf. Thank you for doing service in Oxford.
Nonprofit group from Oxford, Addison Youth Assistance, partnering with each other, for the Oxford Public Library, presenting a series of 4 sessions titled Parenting the Love and Logic Way. The program hopes to create families and responsible kids through a video series, workbook discussions, and sharing. Beginning next Tuesday through November 19th, the parents will gain insights into resolving arguments, fostering responsibility while actually ensuring love and actually establishing boundaries without conflict, and encourage children to take ownership of their own problems and chores. Oxford Youth Assistance and the Oxford Public Library say the series will equip parents with the skills they need to feel more relaxed, hopefully positive about their children and their relationships. Parents will see that their roles can be enjoyable and they can foster personal responsibility and respect without jeopardizing their children's affection. The series takes place on Tuesdays again at 6 p.m. at 7:30 p.m. at the Oxford Public Library. Light refreshments will be provided. Those seeking additional information should contact the Oxford Addison Youth Assistance Office. Their number so easily reached, 248-460-7011. Great program. Terry?
Reaching beyond our borders, the Road Commission of Oakland County has reopened Indianwood Road finally to traffic. Since January of this year, Indianwood Road has been closed between Lapeer Road and Joslin and has been under construction for road culvert replacement. The $2.4 million project is paid for by the Road Commission and Orion Township. The culvert that had carried Indianwood Road over the Paint Creek between Fenhurst Drive and Absaguami Trail since 1959 was failing earlier this year. The project replaced the existing culvert and a precast concrete one, added new curbs, guardrails, and gutters, improved storm sewer and drain systems, and relocated the township water main, sanitary sewer, and several utilities. Wow. The Orion Township Road was open to the public for a brief period in March through May for tree removal, but since May has been closed for the bulk of the project. The Road Commission for Oakland County maintained a work zone camera to track the progress of the project. The commission has released a time-lapse video of the project on its YouTube page. That'll be interesting to watch. The section of Indianwood Road carries over 8,000 vehicles daily and has now been opened since Thursday of last week, and we're all really excited about that. Jim?
And multiple legal or Metro Detroit police agencies are actually now investigating reports of anti-Semitic flyers that were left on the front lawns of driveways of homes across the area. Reports have come from West Bloomfield, Farmington Hills, Canton, Rochester Hills, that's real close to us, and several other in Farmington Hills. More than 100 bags with anti-Semitic material was recovered, with non-hazardous material intended to weigh them down to make it easier to throw onto the home's driveways and lawns. These incidents occurred just hours before the one-year anniversary of the Hamas deadly October 7th attack on Israel. Farmington Hills Police Chief Jeff Kine said in a quote, to disable the type of hateful activity, it will not be tolerated, and that the agency will use all its available resources to prevent, investigate, and prosecute these responsible for these incidents. Farmington Hills Police also continue to investigate the incident. The department is working with the state and actual federal law enforcement agencies, as well as the Anti-Defamation League and other community leaders where similar incidents have taken place. In a statement to WXYZ-TV in Detroit, the Anti-Defamation League said the flyers stem from a non-anti-Semitic group whose only mission is to sow discord and spew vile anti-Jewish rhetoric. The league also said anyone finding a baggie with a note should report it to their local law enforcement agency. Anyone with information and is encouraged to contact the Farmington Hills Police Department, and their command desk can easily be reached if something like that does occur at 248-871-2610. Terry.
Well, in our Behind the Lens segment this week, despicable scarecrows. For the second year in a row, Oakland Corners Realty has won the Scarecrow Contest with a total of 279 votes. Their theme of the real estate mastermind era took the crown in the last event of the Scarecrow Festival. Congratulations to Scarecrow Guru and his 3 straw minions. They might have not been able to steal the moon, but they stole the hearts of the community of Oxford. Jim.
Coming up, Terry, will have our last story. The title of this one, A Revolutionary Technology in Reading. We know them, we love them. Up next, Dave Genny, Auto Talk with Science in the News. You are watching Oxford News This Week.
Bring it.
Time out, guys. I'm late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home.
Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one?
I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Welcome to this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from Automotive News. Ford Motor Company is hoping to broaden the appeal of its 7-seat Expedition SUV and boost market share in a crowded segment by adding more off-road muscle and new features to make family travel more convenient. The 2025 Expedition, on sale next spring, adds the rear split gate that debuted in August on the Lincoln Navigator, with which it shares a platform. It has a new grille and headlamp design, a 24-inch panoramic digital display that curves along most of the dashboard, an optional sliding front console with lockable storage, and optional lighting that illuminates the surrounding area when parked. A new Tremor variant, which replaces the Timberline trim, provides more off-road capability and expands that line beyond Ford's pickups. The redesign comes at an important time for Ford. U.S. sales of the Expedition rose 3% in the first 9 months of the year, and it's among the automaker's most profitable products, but it's the Ford brand's lowest volume utility and trails the rivals Chevrolet Tahoe and GMC Yukon. We're a bit of a challenger in this segment. Craig Patterson, Ford's utility marketing manager, told reporters at an event previewing the 5th generation Expedition. Ford conducted more than 1,100 hours of customer research during the redesign process, going into potential buyers' homes and asking families to record the pros and cons of their road trip vacations. Among the findings were that customers wanted more roominess, connectivity, and features to help them entertain at events such as tailgates and camping trips. That resulted in the rear split gate. 3/4 of it lifts up as usual, but the bottom section acts like a pickup tailgate. Customers can open just the top to keep stored items from rolling out, or both parts to use the rear as a seating area. A cargo management option includes a rear seat back that can fold into a table. 4 lighting zones around the exterior can be turned on through the infotainment system to provide light for nighttime activities. A new available sliding front console can be pushed back up to 8 inches to open more storage space by the front seats, while also giving second row passengers access to climate controls and cup holders. Moving the console back to its original position locks items stored inside into place. Tablets for second row passengers can be attached to optional digital device holders in the first row headrests. Like on the Navigator, the Expedition's third row includes what Ford calls a 40-20-40 folding bench that can fit lengthy cargo while still allowing for 2 passengers. Ford said it expects its Blue Cruise driver assist system to be in about 90% of all Expedition models it sells. The 2025 Expedition is powered by a 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6 with a 10-speed transmission that generates 400 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque. The new Tremor variant gets a high-output version of the engine that puts out 440 horsepower and 510 feet of torque. It comes with 33-inch tires, Raptor-style running boards, and front skid plate, off-road auxiliary lights, and special underbody protection. The Tremor includes a special rock crawl driving mode with trail turn assist and one-pedal driving, which Ford offers on vehicles such as the Bronco. Ford CEO Jim Farley has said all of the company's products will have a hybrid option before the end of the decade, but Patterson said it's not that time yet for the transmission. At the moment, many buyers are asking for V8 options, he says. Not quite yet, but we see it coming, says Patterson. It's probably going to be one of the last segments to go there. Well, that's it for this edition of Auto Talk. I'm Dave Kenny. Stay tuned to Oxford Community Television.
Women are bad with money.
It's what the world's been saying for centuries. But now,
We've got something to say.
Save it. Save the old-fashioned advice, the empty excuses. It's all worthless, unlike us.
To our fellow females, it is time to save ourselves by saving our money.
Contributing to our futures. Investing in our independence.
Until we're no longer 80%
more likely than men to live in poverty in retirement.
So again, we say to that, save it.
The falsehoods, the feelings of fault, then the funds.
Learn how to save for your retirement at wesaysaveit.org.
Welcome back this week on sports. A big victory at home. The Oxford varsity football team and the OAA Red League champions. They are champions, dominating the West Bloomfield on the road, 38-14. The Wildcats have come out on top. First time since joining the league back in 2013. Oxford again, senior running back Luke Johnson rushed for over 200 yards, found in the zone 3 times during the game. In an interview with the Oakland Press, Johnson said, "This win means a lot because the team hasn't hit the OAA Red League milestone ever. To be the first team to do it together," Johnson said he knew from the beginning that this group was special, that they could get it done. Both teams had an evenly matched game early on, but added several penalties against West Bloomfield. Oxford mostly ran the ball before the 5-yard touchdown pass from Jack Hendricks to Andrew Barrett. It made it 14-7 under the 5 minutes to go in the half. With 2 more touchdowns from Johnson and a field goal from Drew Cady, the Cats were up significantly in the third. The final touchdown came with just under 7 minutes to go when Hendricks evaded pressure and made it through the lines for an 18-yard score. The team improved to 5 wins and 2 losses in the for their record for the season. And again, they went on. They're champions, and they will play for contention there with a record 3-1 in the league play. Again, strong Oxford football. They've earned it all the way. Let's go to the pool now. Oxford girls swim and dive team brought home success at the Oakland County Championships earlier in the month. Head swim coach Jackie Rank said she saw some nice time improvements from the swimmers, not only in relay splits, but in individuals too. Several swimmers hit personal and best at the events. Delaney DeFaw's personal best 500 freestyle time moves her up to 6th place in Oxford's all-time top 10 list. Emma Chamberlain, personal best in the 200 and the 500 freestyle events, move her up on the Oxford top 10 list, 6th and 9th respectively. As a team, Oxford finished 21st in the county with 20 points, with Tristan Krajikarski earned by winning the diving event. Commanding fashion, Krajikarski, I have a hard time with her name, I'm sorry, scored more points in 10 dives, and any other competing divers scored in all 11 of their dives. Again, we have a strong swim and dive team. We've been there, we've seen them. Congratulations to the Wildcats. You're watching Oxford News This Week. That's sports. We'll be back with more. We have the last story. Dave Kenny's got one more segment, and we will close it all out. This is Oxford News This Week.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Welcome to Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny, and this story is taken from New Scientist. Shimmering sea creatures called comb jellies have an astonishing ability. If injured, two of them can merge into one without showing the kind of tissue rejection reaction seen in other animals. What's more, the two animals' nervous systems integrate together and their digestive tracts fuse to share food. The discovery could help scientists explain how immune systems evolved the ability to distinguish an organism's own tissues from those of another and develop insights into the evolution of nervous systems. Despite their name, comb jellies, or stenophores, aren't jellyfish. Their bodies are fundamentally different. They are the earliest creatures still living today to branch out from the common ancestor of all animals, and their unusual biology makes them a fascinating subject for scientists exploring the early evolution of animals. For example, they have a unique nervous system consisting of nerve cells that merge together to form a continuous net-like structure rather than having individual nerve cells like other animals. Keiji Akira at the University of Exeter in the UK was studying the iridescent combs of beating hairs on the stenophore species known as Menimiopsis leidii. Sorry about that. When they noticed an individual that was unusually large. It had two rear ends and two sensory organs known as apical organs, as if two individuals had somehow joined together. To test this idea, he and his colleagues cut off parts of individuals that had been collected from different locations on different days, and they were therefore unrelated to each other, and placed them together in pairs. In 9 of the 10 cases, the two bodies fused seamlessly into one in the space of a few hours. It was very surprising, said Jokera. Unlike the norm in most other animals, one body didn't reject the foreign tissue of the other, suggesting that the stenophore immune system lacks the ability to distinguish between self and non-self, known as allorecognition. When the team gently prodded one lobe, the whole body that was fused together reacted as one, contracted its muscles in a synchronized way, suggesting that the two nervous systems had also fully merged. The digestive tract had fused too. When the team fed just one of the mouths, the food made its way into the joined tract. It's a fascinating first finding, says Paul Burkhardt at the University of Bergen in Norway. It opens many new questions you can study. These could include when animals evolved allorecognition and how nerve nets formed and process information. These aren't the only questions stenophores could help answer. Burkhardt and his team recently found that when starved or injured, Menimiopsis leidii individuals can reverse their development, reverting from an adult stage to a larval stage and then back again. Until now, the only known example of animals with similar abilities have been a handful of jellyfish species, such as the so-called immortal jellyfish and a species of tapeworm. The finding that stenophores can also do this suggests that it might have been a feature of the last common ancestor of all animals and maybe more widespread among animals than previously thought. What I personally find very fascinating, he said, it could mean that the very first animals were more plastic and more able to adapt, says Burkhardt. The enigmatic, shimmering animals are shaping up as keys to understanding a swath of fundamental biological questions, some of which may even relate to human health, such as tissue rejection, regeneration, and aging. It's very definitely a valuable model to tackle some of these big questions, says Burkhardt. Well, we leave it to the little guys. Well, that's it for this edition of Science in the News. I'm Dave Kenny.
When the world's endangered animals need help most, when their lives are at greatest risk, when they would otherwise be lost, the International Fund for Animal Welfare is there, taking action to rescue the animals we love, to protect them and their threatened natural habitats. But the danger to animals the world over is growing, and the need for your help has never been more urgent. On land, you'll help stop poachers from threatening and killing elephants and big cats for the illegal wildlife trade. In the oceans, you'll help rescue dolphins, whales, and seals from deadly hazards. And you'll help rescue, rehabilitate, and release vulnerable animals when disasters strike. Here at home and around the world, we can't do this work without you. See how you can help animals and people thrive together at joinifall.org.
Okay, well, in our last story this week, a revolutionary technology in reading. Captain the Wildcat recently offered his students at Clear Lake Elementary School their first glimpse of the school's new book vending machine. With a little bit of positive behavior, students can pay for and select their very own books from the machine. Parent-Teacher Organization President Jessica Johnson said most of the money for the machine was raised through the school's fund run, while the machine itself was provided by the Parent-Teacher Organization. Johnson also said the Clear Lake Principal and Family School Liaison worked out a program to distribute tokens to students. The machine only accepts tokens that students receive by earning Wildcat tickets through the positive behavior that they display each month. In September, the students earned golden tickets by behaving well for substitute teachers. Students can also earn principal tickets directly from the Clear Lake principal, Stephanie Nemi, for their behavior. The first to use the machine had 25 different books options to choose from. What a cool event.
Very good, definitely very good. Yeah, I mean, encouraging reading and also encouraging good behavior.
Yeah, both, and it's a win-win for everybody.
And you know, we're talking about books. Why not? Let's go there.
Oh, I'm still on that Wise Heart.
Oh, okay, there you go.
It's a little bit tougher than what I normally read. It's Buddha theories and practices and meditations, and so I read the pages 2 or 3 times.
Every life can need a little Buddhism, I would have to say.
I agree. I mean, it's all about just being kind to each other.
Wusa moments.
Wusa.
Exactly. We have enough of that in the morning here on the TV channel.
The Wusa moments?
Well, yeah, we have a lot of yoga. We have a lot of yoga on this channel.
You know, and that's one of our popular shows, so it's really fun.
I like watching it. I do.
Take us out of here.
We're going away?
We're out of here.
OCTV actually can be viewed on, Spectrum Charter Channel 191. It hasn't changed. Channel 99 on that AT&T UVerse system. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Rumble, the Amazon Fire Stick, or even Roku when you're not having a woosah moment. If you have a show idea or would like to come down and volunteer to learn our board, OCTV, you give us a call at 248-628-9658. Ask for Dave or either Terry or Dave. Very special thank you to producer, director Kyle Stage. He's not here, but our own Dan Weiss is doing double duty today. News writer extraordinary Allison Miller. Oh, yes, she got it in time. Station manager and an anchor, Terry Stiles. For everyone here at OCTV, I'm your host, Jim Hughes, hoping you have a safe week. I invite you back next time. And again, we will take a look at Oxford News this week.
Be well.